Everybody, Daniel Fontaine here. I briefly want to cover the checkout process within DealerSocket CRM. When you log in the morning, you'll see your left-hand menu. You click Management, and then you would click Sales Dashboard. I have it open in a different window. I'm just going to open it down here. Once you get in, you'll get to your console. This is your kind of quick check on what's happening within the dealership on the day. You see you get a series of tabs: console, checkout, desk log, and for those of you who have desking, those that don't, that'll be grayed out. Go to checkout. From here, you can drill right down using team, and it's just thinking for a moment here. Bear with me, there we go. And we're going to just look at our sales team to start. In this case, we're using Wellesley Volkswagen just because it's the kind of home store that I log into. From here, you can click on any sales team member's name and see, their daily checkout, which some stores are having them print and present that at end of shift. Otherwise, you can call them in at end of shift, and basically, it's a simple grading system. Green means they, met the objectives of the day. Orange, they didn't. And red, safe to say, sleep at the wheel. And then off meant they were off. You can see it accrues. So basically, if you have 6 sales guys, you should have 6 checkouts per day kind of thing for the sales team. We talked about it a little bit at the DealerSocket training. I know all of you were not able to attend due to President's Weekend or, the weather and what have you. So a lot of the stores I've been in, we've been doing for them to get a green, they need to complete their to-dos on a day-to-day basis. That could be outbound emails, outbound phone calls, basically anything that you would see. If I click into Andreas is here, he has 4 activities due today, some outbound phone calls to make. If he had emails to send, they would be in this list. This is their daily checkout report, as you see right here in the heading. Quickly review it, just schedule any appointments, make any phone calls, and we're working on some process, making sure that people are marking their phone calls as completed in the system, because that's what makes those totals accrue. So we're looking to get them to complete their to-dos, for them to get a phone, email, and tracking code for all fresh up opportunities, as well as print and present at end of shift this to-do list. We've got some feedback that the printing, kind of beneficial and gets the salesperson trained, that it's a little wasteful because you really just review it quickly and that goes in the recycling bin. So, maybe you pull them up and you just quickly go, all right, John, let's take a look. And you see, hey, John's only got 1 activity on the day. He quickly checked the desk log, and there's nothing on it here today in light of the weather. But, and if he had any fresh ups, you look to see if there's the envelope right here that signifies that there was an email address. You look to see if there's a phone number, and you look to see if there was a tracking code, which is right here where TrueCar is now. This was a scheduled internet appointment. With the weather, who knows if they actually showed, but if this was a fuller desk log with multiple instances, you could quickly see if there's an envelope, a phone number, and a source, and then go ahead and say, you know what, John, you did your to-dos, you got phone, email, and tracking code for all, and you printed the sheet and presented to me if that's something. One thing that I've talked about is actually implementing, did you schedule an appointment today, whether that's a be-back, a referral, taking advantage of various loyalty or equity mining solutions, things along that line. I know some of the stores, with equity mining solutions, kind of print lists, however they are able to procure rather, an appointment. That's something if you want to set the bar a little bit higher. And so if they don't meet the 3 objectives that I've outlined, then they get orange. And if they were really negligent without reason, meaning, oh, I had to send them on a swap, or they had a delivery off site, or sometimes there's variables that result in them not getting through their to-dos or what have you. But like, what would be a red? Somebody who had a walk-in, didn't get one of those 3 criteria: phone number, email, and tracking code. Also had 50 to-dos not completed, and they were in store all day. It wasn't like they were off-site doing any things I've just outlined. That it would be a red. Orange, they get all their tracking codes, all their phone numbers, all their emails, but don't get their to-dos done. And then obviously green is kind of fulfilling all of that. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. I know Pat had some dialogue with the teams about kind of getting this utilized, and talking with Matt Steenblick and Tim Lee, who's our Northeast rep for DealerSocket, and he works with a large a number of large automotive groups. They say, kind of buying in on this and kind of using it to briefly assess what your team did for you on the day. Maybe have a couple recap convos about certain clients and game plan for the following day. It really helps kind of shape a process, get some consistency in the process, and allows us to kind of measure what each guy. And for the sales team, it kind of gives a little gamification where they don't want to be the guy that's constantly getting the orange or the red. And we can use it as a training resource to help better them, better ourselves, and maybe our process. And as we kind of said at the trainings, we're really trying to impart here in 2017. If it didn't happen in Dealer Socket, it didn't happen. Making sure people are logging phone ups, appointments, confirming appointments, completing their to-dos. And if we're able to do that with the time that's allowed us during the day, the business will follow. I thank you for your time. If you have any more specific questions or would like me to come in and do sales training with your team or show your sales managers this, you can email me, obviously dfontaine@colonialautomotive.com. Call me or text me at my direct line, 508-328-8087. And I want to thank everybody taking the time to watch this. I hope you found it helpful, and we will go from there.